After being surrounded by heavy fighting for about a week in Khartoum and taking a dangerous 45-hour-long road trip back to Egypt, Ahmed Abdallah is relieved to be back home. He has never appreciated the streets of his hometown Zifta as much as he does now, after a horrific experience in Sudan. Admitted to dentistry school in the Sudanese capital in 2020, the now 20-year-old Egyptian has never seen stability in the African country. Yet April's fighting between the Sudan Armed Forces and the Rapid Support paramilitary forces took insecurity to a new level.
The
streets became empty. When there was internet, we realized how bad the situation was. Power cuts became the norm. We charged our phones at hospitals or mosques. Many people were dying. Bodies were thrown out on the streets. Once, my friends and I saw the RSF forces. We were amazed. There were armed children among them, 14 or 15 years old. I couldn't believe my eyes. Some of them were not even Sudanese.
Ahmed was living in between the Sudanese military headquarters and the National Television building. That's where most of the fighting has been taking place. He filmed this video of his dorms getting hit to show his parents how intense the fighting was.
We stayed up until midnight. We couldn't sleep because of the frightening sound of the shelling. Whenever we get a chance to sleep, we tell each other that this time we might not wake up. We realized that we could die at any moment. A missile hit our building. One of our friends lost his arm. It was horrific.
Running out of food, water and money, Ahmed and his fellow students suffered. Once the news about the first ceasefire was announced, they decided to leave Khartoum immediately, without any plan about where to go next.
Returning to Egypt was not an option. It was a 40 to 45 hours trip. We don't know what we could face on that long road. We decided to go to Al Jazeera State, which was 3 hours away, and everyone told us it's much safer than Khartoum. From there, we managed to plan our trip back to Egypt. The road was full of torched vehicles, tanks and checkpoints. The armed forces let us pass peacefully. The ones by the RSF gave us a hard time.
Now back home among his family, the future of this young man and many Egyptian students in Sudan is uncertain. Their university degree must be completed in Sudan, but it's too dangerous to go back.
I knew Ahmed was in the middle of all that fighting. He was one building away, and that building later collapsed. Every time the communication was cut, every time I couldn't reach my son, my heart stopped. We don't want to go through this ever again. If I can't enroll my son into an Egyptian university, I'd rather have him quit dentistry than go back to Sudan.
Thousands are fleeing Sudan amid the on and off promises of a ceasefire. Egypt, Sudan's north neighbor, is one of the main stops in many foreigners' exit plans. Adil Mahroui, CGTN, Cairo.